Well, hello again. Rocking in the free world we are. Yeah. So, we survived July. July was a rough month. You won't believe. A rough month. So, the rough house. First things first, I want to say hello to my California girl. Hope it's all is well. Anyway, how are you? Or how are we? It is the 1st of August. And I taped something last week. And turns out more than an hour here equals like 2 hours trying to... excuse me, nice little burp. Apparently we talked for an hour, almost over an hour, and it took like 2 hours to put it onto a nice little file. So I guess I'll learn something, either cut it up or make these a little shorter. That's why I was trying to get like a half hour out of these. Anywho, how are we? So, you ever have one of those things you're just kind of listening, and all of a sudden, hey, man, I remember this. Yeah. Me the other day, I was kind of listening to Your Stupid Opinions podcast. The host mentioned the word Esteban, and it popped. Oh, Esteban. Oh, like the guy who, if you ever watched Home Shopping Network, until like 2015 or so, he sold guitars on there. It'd be like, 4 times a week or a weekend, here's a guitar, it's only $300. You can play like Esteban. Yeah. Then, the whole pitch is, oh, this would be somebody who's getting into music, or, they want to start a band. Yeah. Easy low prices of $17.95, but spread over 17 months. Let's go collect dust. You're better going to Guitar World and picking up one for probably $75. 50 used at the pawn shop. Yeah. You can play the Esteban. Yeah. So, yeah. It's like the little things pop in your head over the course of the week. That flashes you back to your youth. What you used to listen. Drinking the Diet Dr. Pepper today. Yes. I gotta get rid of this. This is expired. But this the house up north had a lot of surplus of soda, and it's going bad. So, need to drink it up. Speaking of stuff in my youth, back my first job, worked at a country club. When I drove home, I remember windows down because didn't have an AC in the truck. And like around the station and playing these soft music, listen to Laya on the Light FM. It'd be like this. Should be coming. How we all doing? It's a lonely night. Are you snuggle up with somebody you love? I kind of hope one day snuggle up with California girl. Yeah. You have a request, something, shout out. This fax me your letters or shout outs. Yeah, then it'd be like, calls, Delilah, you're on Delilah. Delilah, I love my husband so much, and I can't stand another day without him. Oh, that is so wonderful. What? Wow, weird, avocado. Wow. So it'd be like calls like that, and it'd be some of her inspiration on Delilah. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see with these damn glasses on. And be like, yeah, it's a tough time. And people calling in, with, be like, I met this guy 20 years ago. We hit off, and, and things went sour, Then I met a guy or a girl, and it'd be like, then something happened, a divorce, a death, got sad stuff. Then, wouldn't you know, faith brought us back together. Delilah, would you play a nice little song? And it covers. My mistake. I got a Raz one night playing Delilah. Yeah, come on, it's Delilah. Come on, it's lighthearted. Come on. It was bears on some of the stuff I was playing on the radio at the time. But sadly, like up to a few years ago, she stopped. Had a personal tragedy in her family, and just kind of, stopped doing syndicated stuff. And I guess apparently lately she's done stuff out of the East Coast. So I'm trying to figure out how able to listen to her, because it'd be awesome to just kind of relax. She has a nice soothing voice, just something to fall asleep to. Yeah. Take off these glasses real quick. Yeah. Delilah. Oh gosh. I mean, nothing really else has been going on really lately. Of course, it's the end of summer, sadly. And did I tell you I'm going back to Chicago? Going back to the Star Trek convention. Yeah. Are you wearing that jacket? No. Although it'd be hilarious, to get William Shatner looking at it and be like, "Oh my God, you made that? What? How much did you buy that? Did you pay real money for that?" Shatner voice. Also, going with my dad, I don't want too much embarrassment. Yeah, I had to explain that someone, William Shatner, actually did music. Actually, of course, and there's the Family Guy of making fun of him doing Rocket Man, of course. But William Shatner for years did like karaoke style albums, and he actually had dropped a new one last year. I'll pay real money to listen to William Shatner do gangster 90s rap. Damn, it was a good day. Or, damn, it's good to be a gangsta. Or, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It's so fat. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. I can't deny that I love big butts. Now, if I was a billionaire, probably, I'd be like, Bill, here's $2 million. I want you to make me a gangsta rap out of them doing songs from the 90s. It would be awesome. William Shatner he's 94 years old, almost 95. Looks amazing. Clean living. Something about clean living, it's a good thing. Yeah. There was this one joke I'm not going to do because it's kind of tasteless for the internet. And my bib came off. It's one thing I need to learn to do is bandana. I do have my Hulkamania bandanas in the other room. I did have somewhere a Hollywood Hogan bandanas, but I think somebody took them. Brother, Bobby. Ozzy, Hulkster. Pull a photo on my dead homies. That's a rough losing Hulk and Ozzy in 2 days. I was straight up sad for like 3 days. Literally, you have Ozzy died on Tuesday. It's sad. Like, Ozzy, you're still Wednesday. You're like, oh man, Ozzy, he's gone. He was just kicking ass in front of Birmingham, in Birmingham Stadium. He died 15 days or something like that after his last show. I think he knew. He knew something was up. Black Sabbath, Ozzy, one last time, man, boom, he's gone. I think his funeral was like today or something like that. And then they're still rolling from being like, Hulk Hogan's dead. It's like, what? Yeah, Hulk Hogan died. I'm like, are you kidding me? I've heard this is both at work. I heard both news at work. I heard Pee Wee Herman died at work. When I was at work. Yeah, Hogan's dead. It's like, Hogan's dead. The man who I loved when he was hot, Hollywood Hogan. Gone. It rocked me really hard. Those back-to-back deaths like that really. I came home that Thursday. I was like, I had an awful day. Hulk Hogan died. Guy who I'm watching the last almost 30 years of pounding wrestling. But the guy's an American icon. I mean, he had the red, white, and blue running through his veins. He was born and raised in the U.S. of A. I mean, my God, Real Americans should be our national anthem now. I mean, forget Star Spangled Banners. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, come on. Yeah, that's why I'd say I survived July like that. It was really hard. Or difficult. Excuse me. Yeah. Of course, I watched a lot of Hulk Hogan promos. I had to say this. I had a lot to think of Hulk Hogan had a few Harley Davidsons. Not a big motorcycle guy, even though I'm kind of dressed like one. I would love to own like a Hulk Hogan custom made Harley Davidson. Just have it be like, it's in my man cave. Yeah, this is Hulk Hogan Hulk Hogan's bike. He was I can imagine he was hanging and banging with his brother Brudai up and down Tampa's coast. You know, it's funny. Mean Gene goes, his interviews were never good, but he drew in the fans. Yeah. I mean, come on, a child in the 90s. I was born in 86. Come on, Hulk Hogan's the reason why I went to wrestling. Of course, I kind of got that late, and got in really big when he one day showed up on TV. He's wearing black, and he's into your brother. Yeah. And he's gone. Ozzy and Hogan, I never got to see live. Honestly, Ozzy stuff, I'm kind of glad I never saw him live, because I would have been seeing him live. Really got into heavy metal, 98, so that was kind of, he's already almost 30 years into music, and it was like, yeah. Real prime stuff was probably Blizzard of Oz, probably. Yeah, and Hogan. Top area would have been, was probably still in diapers, but come on, every kid my age knew who Hulk Hogan was. You know how I ran in Suburban Command so many times. Yeah, brother. And now they're gone. I guess recently, did they say Hogan had leukemia, which it's weird. He had heart issues. He had back issues actually. He had back surgery in '87 after WrestleMania 3. Of course, having your finisher move as the light drop is not really good, because you're basically compounding your spine. And Hogan did that. I don't know, at least between 150 days and 300, or 150 and, well, at the prime of Hulkamania in the 80s, he was doing at least 200 shows, 300 shows, maybe. But, compounding fracture on your back right there, then, eventually, your career goes, and he was doing less and less stuff. But, yeah. That also probably was an issue, his back. Of course, his knees were gone. Like 2000-ish. He was wearing a knee brace. But yeah. He just liked to dip the things in a lot of things, including, movie, entertainment. I mean, worldwide now. Like literally, he spoke for the president. That's Hulkamania wasn't. It's beyond pop culture. Where a way that everybody knew who Hulk Hogan was. Awfully imitated, never duplicated. That also being said, Rick Derringer, who recorded Real American, also passed away in May. And a nice little trivia, those who are not real wrestling fans, Real American theme song was not intended for Hulk Hogan. It was intended for U.S. Express in '85. But also Hogan, you know, let's see, Hogan for a while had "Eye of the Tiger" as a theme, and "Ravishing," which was the Bonnie Taylor song. The song Bonnie Taylor did, and that was adapted for Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling cartoon show in the '80s. So, and then, when he was Hollywood Hogan in like '97, '98, he got Voodoo Child. You know, you know, that iconic song. Now people you list on comics, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan and Jimi Hendrix. You know, I especially love Hollywood Hogan just because I've watched so much of that stuff growing up. He sprang paid the championship belt. He came to the ring and was playing like a guitar, and he was this a dastardly heel. Yeah, of course, one of my personal favorites. In between Red and Yellow Hulk Hogan and actually turning to Hollywood Hogan, there was like a period of like 6 weeks or 7 weeks. He just wore all black. I guess they can call it the evil Hulk Hogan, but it's one of my favorite era of Hulk Hogan. That small 7-week window on Nitro. Dude. I also had a monster truck. The Hulk Hogan monster truck. By the way, the sumo wrestling monster truck match from Halloween Havoc. I actually got to see the testing for that in St. Louis. Because big monster truck fan, literally Bigfoot may have been 11 or 12 or whatever, hooked nose to nose brother, and they were spinning the tires and whatnot, and there was like testing like that. It was like on Saturday afternoon, early Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. It was like, oh, cool. Then years later, be like, oh, shit. But for some odd reason, Bigfoot 4x4, 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 has yet to kind of like, hey, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Which is strange. And I guess even Bob Chandler has said in interviews, that wasn't really our, doing. It was more, we had the same agent, yada, 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 which Bigfoot, they take all their research and development and stuff. There has to be in the archives of that day. I know it. Yeah. I swear to it. But, yeah. Well, kind of tired. Actually, got out from a nap. One thing about summer, screws with your body. Thankfully, winter's coming up, so it's coming back, brother. And, hoping my sleeping habits would, get back in real line. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm doing about a half hour, 25 minutes now. You know what? Let's call it a day. So I guess I can close out and say, "What you going to do, brother?" when Hulkamania once wild on you from the grave.